Let's have a moment of silence. Let's just take a moment to let this digest. Let it sink in. Just take it easy. Don't move. Don't go anywhere. Just let it sink in. Just pinch yourself. Pinch yourself and ask yourself if what we saw was real. Was that for real? We must be dreaming right now, right? We must be absolutely dreaming. We gotta be we gotta be dreaming. This is not real. This cannot be real. No, 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 no. I can't believe what I just witnessed. Saudi Arabia have just stunned the favorites, Argentina, 2-1. My prediction, 4-0 win for Argentina. No one, I don't know if anyone except maybe some Saudi Arabia fans predicted Argentina to lose. Guys, we have an upset. We have our first official upset of the World Cup. This is one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. This is even bigger than when Saudi Arabia defeated Belgium, right? And they did pick up 2 wins in 1994. We're going to take a look at that. But remember, Saudi Arabia did not lose their last World Cup match against Egypt in 2018. They're coming off of a win. This is a win streak by Saudi Arabia. They were the better team all throughout the game. Even when they conceded that penalty, it was an unfortunate penalty. And I know Al Hamid is probably the most, Abdul Hamid, I think his name is, he's probably the most relieved man in Qatar right now. Because it was a soft penalty given to Argentina. And Saudi Arabia, they were on the back foot. Messi was taking a free kick. And I think it was Paredes who got pulled down, if I'm not mistaken, by the fullback. And VAR came into play and the referee pointed to the spot. Messi stepped up and dispatched. And then we thought that, okay, it's going to be formality here today. How many goals are we going to see Argentina score? But Argentina did score a few more goals. 3 more goals they did score, but they were all offside. Argentina were offside about 7 times in the first half. 7 times. Could you blame Argentina? Or would you give the credit to Saudi Arabia's disciplined backline set up under Hervé Renard? This is a Hervé Renard masterclass. Let me say that one time before I forget. This is a Hervé Renard masterclass right here. Because we know how good he is. We know how good he could set teams up. This man won the African Cup of Nations twice with 2 different countries. And that's no easy feat. He was at the World Cup last time around with Morocco, and he did put out good performances for Morocco against Spain and Portugal, even though they did lose to Iran, right? But Saudi Arabia, we're in the now. Saudi Arabia have just defeated Argentina. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. And this is Argentina on a 36-match unbeaten streak. 36-match unbeaten streak. Won the Copa America. Qualified for the World Cup without losing. They haven't lost since 2019. And they have been stunned by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Green Falcons are flying through any weather in Qatar, and they're representing for the Middle Eastern countries, because we've seen 3 Middle East countries play at the World Cup so far. The host Qatar, they got wiped out by Ecuador. Iran got pummeled by England, 6-2. And we thought that we were going to see yet another Asian country get wiped out at the World Cup. But Asia lives. Asia lives. And this would be one of the most this is their biggest win. This is the biggest win in their history. But this would be one of the most memorable World Cup upsets that we would come to remember. No one will ever forget this. Because this is a Saudi Arabia team that got destroyed 8-0 back in 2002 by Germany. We know that. This is a team that has been struggling in World Cup finals for years upon years. But last time around, they did win a game. And I never thought that I'll see this. I thought that I would be here right now talking about, Argentina, formality, easy win. Yeah, Messi. Yeah, Julian Alvarez, Angel Di Maria. Whoa, good performance. Whoa, what a good performance by Emi Martinez in goal. He didn't even have anything to do. But he was the one who had to take the ball out the back of the net the most times, twice. So, look, just to settle things a bit, I have a few notes to refer from. Let us take a quick look at the lineups that was put out. I know the adrenaline is still pumping from what I've just witnessed, but we have to settle things down a bit and take a look at the lineups and so on and so forth. Messi in the 10th minute penalty there. Saad Abdul Hamid pulled down the player. And we're going to get all of that information right now correctly. So let's just go back. Let's just go all the way back to the early stages of the game. And we could see the penalty given here and checking for VAR and Al Bulayi on Paredes. There was actually two different fouls. So I'm talking about Abdul Hamid, but there were two different fouls. But I guess it was the one for Al Bulayi. So I apologize to Al Hamid for that one. I do apologize. But there were two fouls. I guess this one was the one that it was given for. But Messi put away the ball brilliantly, and we thought that it was going to be lights out for Saudi Arabia. So let's just go back up and, go back to what I was talking about. I'm glad that I actually went and checked that and, to realize it's not Abdul Hamid that was actually responsible for that penalty. But still, he must still be a relieved man. And Al Bulayi should be a relieved man as well. But look, we take a look at the Saudi Arabian 11. Shout outs to two players. Salman Al Faraj, he picked up an injury, had to go off, replaced by Nawaf Al Abed, one of their veterans. And then Yasser Al Sharani was just taken out by the goalkeeper's knee. I'm pretty sure he probably lost a few teeth because that looked ugly. And he will surely miss the game through concussion. Shout out to Salim Al-Dasari, man. What a goal. What a goal. I spoke about this play in the build-up and how good he is and how magical he could be. But I'm telling you, I also spoke about Saleh Al-Shari and his goal-scoring prowess in his very short international career. So, shout outs to all these Saudi Arabian players, man. You got to give it to them. Definitely got to give it to them. They went out there. They were compact. They threw their bodies on the line, and they walk away with a very, very unlikely victory here. Alois in goal. Brilliant. Had to make a few saves. Was very decisive. We didn't see any kind of Edward Mendy performance from him today. One thing they got to be careful for are the yellow cards. There were 5 yellow cards dished out there, and they were mouthing off at the referee a little bit, so they got to watch their descent and everything because, look, with winning this first game, you don't want to screw yourself with 2 players already injured by losing more players going into the other games. You see what I mean? Right now, this group has been basically thrown up in the air because look at the 11 that Lionel Scaloni put out. And there were moments where Lionel Scaloni, when the second goal was scored, he was actually swallowing. He couldn't believe what he had just saw. He was swallowing like, God damn, what is going on here? What is going on here? The sack is coming for sure. You see what I mean? Because they don't care what you won, the Copa America, whatever. You get knocked out of the World Cup in the group stage like this, you're gone. That's a failure. That's the biggest failure. You fail on the biggest stage. But look at this 11. Messi, Lautaro, Papu Gomez, Paredes, DePaul, Di Maria. It can't get more star-studded than this. Molina, Romero, Otamendi, Tagliafico, and Emi Martinez in goal. They put out one of the best 11 they could possibly put out. And they had players to come off the bench. They made some changes, and they didn't work. Julian Alvarez came on, Enzo Fernandez, and Lisandro Martinez all at the same time. And then Marcus Acuna later. Still did not work. Let's give it up to Saudi Arabia. Let's take a look at the stats, right? 3 shots at goal, 2 on target. They didn't have a lot of opportunities. They didn't venture into Argentina's box on many occasions. But when they got those shots off, they were very, very clinical. Only 30% of the ball. They did more defending throughout the game. Argentina, more dominant on the ball in possession, 70%. 15 shots at goal, 6 on target. Only the penalty made it into the back of the net. Some big saves by Alois, few goal line clearances. Well, some of them was offside anyways. And the way they set up in the first half with those offside traps, man, it has to be a Hervé Renard masterclass, and the team actually listening to the manager's instructions and executing it down to a freaking T. I cannot believe I'm reporting on a Saudi Arabia win here against Argentina. They handled Messi well. Look, for the first goal, Saleh Al-Shari, it was actually Messi losing the ball in the midfield. It was a turnover from Messi, and that ball that was played down to Saleh Al-Shari, and let's get the assister correct here, because I'm not going to pretend like I'm a Saudi Arabian footballing expert, because I'm not. I'm really not. You see what I mean? I know a few players, but I don't know a lot of these players. So Al Buraikan with that assist. As soon as he got the ball, long ball down to Al-Shari, and he took on the Argentina defense. Romero has to do a better job at closing him down, and that shot deflected maybe, but bounced into the ground and beaten, man. Emi Martinez beaten. Ball trickle into the box. The second goal was a stunner. Let's give it up to Salem Al-Dasari. These goals came out the blocks. As soon as the second half, the first 7 minutes, 8 minutes, we had 2 goals. So when they went back into the dressing room, I'm pretty sure Hervé Renard said, hey, you guys played well. You set up the offside traps well. You were good defensively. Now, let's try to hit them. Let's try to get a goal back really, really quick and get ourselves back in the game. And they did so. And then, a team is most vulnerable when they just scored. But Saudi Arabia didn't switch off. They stayed switched on and went again. They didn't really say, okay, we're satisfied with this goal. Let's play for a draw. Let's close up shop now. They didn't. You see what I mean? And they got that second goal. Let's give it up to Al-Dasari for those acrobatics as well. He pulled off some of those in the win against Egypt when he himself did score, as I could recall, that winning goal. So that's a second winning goal scored by the standing captain there, Salem Al-Dasari. I'm hyped up, man. I'm happy for Saudi Arabia. I am happy for Saudi Arabia, man. I am happy for Saudi Arabia. I gotta say that. I feel it for Argentina because they're so good. They're so good, and I had them winning the World Cup. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I really don't know. I have doubts now. I really have doubts. I have doubts. Oh man, I have doubts now. I really do have doubts. This is crazy. Big up to everybody in the stream. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. Adam the Great, Donovan McCrab, Angelo Reyes, Keegan D'Souza, Mohammed 24, everybody in there. Origin Z, Fahad, Al-Bassam in the house, Daus, Natasha Ruth, everybody in here, man. Bethel, everybody in here. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. We have just witnessed something very, very great. Saudi Arabia pulling off a massive upset against Argentina. Look, Argentina tried. They tried. They just couldn't get back in the game, man. They really just couldn't get back in the game because of this defensive masterclass put out by Saudi Arabia. Everything they just blocked. They won the balls back. They put in some really good tackles. I'm talking about clean tackles. They ran fast. It's like they wanted this more. It's like they really wanted this more. I'm not gonna say Argentina lacked ambition because they didn't go out there to lose a football game. You see what I mean? But the few moments where they were poor defensively, it came back to haunt them. Because Saudi Arabia are a defensive team. They're gonna set up defensively. They are the underdogs. You won't find a Saudi Arabia dominating 60% of the ball and Argentina having to like run around and chase the ball. But they ended up having to chase the game. What's next for Argentina? They're in trouble. They are in trouble. They couldn't deal with the aggression and the physicality from Saudi Arabia. They are in trouble. 36 game unbeaten streak severed, cut, thrown out the 100th floor by Saudi Arabia. I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed, man. I'm still amazed. Even with 8 minutes of extra time, Argentina still wasn't able to get a goal back. 2-1, Saudi Arabia. What's next for Argentina, guys? They play Mexico on Saturday, 2 p.m. my time. Are we going to see Argentina dismissed this Saturday? They absolutely have to win that game. The games that's left in the group are not easy. They just basically lost to what's on paper is the weakest team. Argentina ranked number 3 in the world. Saudi Arabia ranked number 53. And you're coming up against Mexico and Poland. One of these teams are going to be, scrapping for points. One or both of them. It's going to be tough for Argentina. They must win both of those games. Because with Saudi Arabia 3 points, they can scrap out a draw or 2 against Mexico and Poland. We can't write off Saudi Arabia right now. We can't. We did before. Yeah, let's make some predictions. Oh, this is easy. Saudi Arabia last, Argentina first. Let Poland and Mexico scrap it out. That's the easiest prediction that everybody made. But for Saudi Arabia, their next game is on Saturday against Poland. And then they play Mexico on the final match day. Saudi Arabia, from what we saw, are not losing both these games. There is a possibility that they can or could lose one and draw one and still do not advance. But I'm not writing off this Saudi Arabian team. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. You have to be realistic. You make predictions, but as the games come along and the results come in, you have to say, oh, man, I messed up, man. I messed up like damn. I really messed up. I messed up. So what are you guys saying in the chat? What are you guys saying? I think we summarized and analyzed that game very, very well. And I don't need to draw it out any longer. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Big up to Donovan. First win since 1994. They reached the round of 16. That is not true. Saudi Arabia won against Egypt at the last World Cup, Donovan. You forgot? Did you forget? Come on. Come on. Do I need to go back in the archives and show you? Let's scroll back. Saudi Arabia. We will find it. Let's scroll back. Let's see if we go all the way back to 2018 World Cup, right? And Saudi Arabia, let's go back 2018, the World Cup. All right, Russia Group A. Look at that. Saudi Arabia 2, Egypt 1. Come on, guys. Know your history. They lost 1-0 to Uruguay and got decimated by Russia in the first match there. Come on, Donovan. I expect better for you, bro. Come on. So, Lionel Castillo, Argentina trying to get second to face Denmark instead of France. Okay. Great point. They might end up on the other side of the bracket and avoid maybe meeting Brazil. So that is another thing too. Could we get an Argentina-Brazil final still? Could we? So Fahad said, we still have a lot to go. We need to get at least a tie versus Poland or Mexico and preferably a win Indeed. Irvin Vida, but Mexico is better than Poland on paper. Remy Sofola, Saudis are a Trojan horse in this year's World Cup. Indeed, man. Indeed. Indeed. And to talk Trojan horse, you guys should know, the Trojan horse go in, you don't expect them, you don't suspect anything, and then bam, they pop out on you. So be Illich. If Mexico and Poland draw, Argentina would be alive, indeed, because they would only be 1 point ahead of Argentina. So look, Mustafa, damn, you even predicted Saudi won't get into the World. Yeah, I didn't predict them to make the World Cup, and that's a great point. That is a great point indeed. So what else we have here? So Irvin, imagine if both Argentina and Portugal get knocked out in a group. The stands would be crying like crazy with excuses. You're talking about the Ronaldo and the Messi stands. So reality security answer. Do you think Argentina will can pull it off to be in the round of 16? Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. What do we know? What do I know? I don't know. So, look, big up to Angel Abel in the house, man. No, I'm crying. I'm happy. Big up to you. Hector Moffin. Arabia has been training as a team for like 3 months. Give them props. Yes, that's a very great point that I did not mention. Them and Qatar have been also doing the same thing. It's a very close-knit group. All the players play in the same league. They know each other. They speak a language not many of us understand. And they're very strong-willed and strong-minded as well. You could see the passion in their game when they're speaking with the referee and everything. And, they got to be careful, though. They got to be careful, control their emotions and everything, you know what I mean? But they have to, I don't know, it will be difficult to come down from this high, but they have to refocus for their next game against Poland. So, look, what else we have here in terms of comments, man? Big up to my boy Adam the Great in the house, who says, at one time, I thought the ref played for Argentina. The ref actually gave Argentina a lot of time at the back end of the game there. Argentina still wasn't able to capitalize on that, man. So, big up to the boy Errol Brown in the house as well. So, Angel is saying, Angel 1968 Abel is saying, Argentina physically bullied by the Saudis. It's Argentina's front three too old, Di Maria and Messi 30 plus and no recognized center forward. Great point. So look, what else we got here, man? Big up to everybody in the stream. Let me see what else you guys have to say. Big up to Mr. Cyril from Singapore. Thanks for coming through. Sebastian in the house. Nice to see you. Palomo in the house. Yes, the Saudi coach is indeed very, very good tactically when he managed many of those African teams to glory. So what else we have here, man? Big up to Carl Headley going into the World Cup. Everyone said Saudi Arabia have no chance of doing anything, but the Saudis are proving everyone thus far wrong. Indeed. Man, I had Argentina winning the World Cup. I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore, man. I'm lost for words here. Congratulations, Saudi Arabia. You proved us all wrong. This is, at the moment, sending shockwaves through the football world. It is sending shockwaves through the football world because Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina 2-1. Saleh Al-Shari and goals from Saleh Al-Shari and, of course, Salem Al-Dashari bettered that penalty scored by Messi early on in the game. And some may argue that Argentina should have never even got a penalty. Oh, man. We got a stunner. What else are you guys saying? I have a little bit more time. Not much, but I have a little bit more time, though. You know what I mean? Okay, we have MWI 87. I maintain the World Cup could be played on the moon. It could be played under the sea. It could be played on concrete. It could be played on a spaceship. The World Cup is always the best. Indeed. It's my favorite tournament. And I only get to realize that when the World Cup comes around, because we tend to say, oh yeah, the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League. Oh my God, the best competition. No, it's the World Cup, man. It's the World Cup. So big up to Ryan. Big up to you. Charles Taylor said Messi is finished. And the thing is, Messi got a couple free kicks to put it in the back of the net. I'm not going to go as far as to say he's finished, but he had opportunities. They had opportunities, but Saudi Arabia had other ideas. Thou shalt not score any more goals today. Simple. No more goals. Brilliant. I can't believe what I just saw, man. Can't believe. So, Dom, why no McAllister or I think you messed up the name there. Messed up. I don't know what that other name you're trying to say though. In Argentina's midfield. I don't know what the name you're trying to say. Let me see. Can Cameroon do the same to Brazil or not? Guys, anything could happen. I am now open. Yeah, I was always open to anything could happen, but more so now than ever. Anything. Let's expect anything. But look, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. Got a lot of things to do. We got a game coming up at 8 o'clock as well. And that's between Denmark and Tunisia. I don't know where that one's going to go either. I predicted Denmark to win. And we have a whole lot of games coming up Wednesday and Thursday in the first round. And then we have the second round of matches starting Friday. So I have a whole lot of previews to make. I got a lot of work to do. So I'll be watching games. I'll be working. I'll be doing reviews. I'm a busy man. I don't have any friends right now. You guys are my only friends right now, because I'm like isolated in this room, just working. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. The World Cup only comes around ever so often, only every 4 years, so it's fine. So look, appreciate everybody coming in. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for Saudi Arabia. Okay? Because they just pulled off one of the biggest upsets ever in World Cup history. So, guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And, guys, thank you very much. We have just hit 51,000. So, we're on the road to 52, 53, and more. All right? Go check out all the other awesome content I have on the channel. Thanks for the continued support. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Congratulations to Saudi Arabia once again. Can't believe this.